Hello, everybody. Um, my name is Kay Roach, and I'm going to show you uh, a card using Downland Stamps, a new stamp called New Home. I'll put a link in the description below to it. You get a nice stamp in the shape of a key with good luck in your new home and two little tiny keys. It's a lovely little stamp, and I'll show you how to make this card here now. What I've done is used some backing paper, and I've stamped and cut out the keys and made a couple of tags, and I put an insert in as well where I stamped the New Home key stamp. I'm going to do a slightly different insert for you. Okay, so what I've used is a 5x7 card, a craft card. I've cut backing paper to, I think it was 11.5 by 16, 16.5, and inked the edges of it before I stuck it to the card. This is from Blue Land paper pad by Stamperia. Okay, put that to one side. To make the tags, I use a piece of card 11 by 7 centimeters. I have marked it at 1.5 centimeters on either side down, and at 2.5 and 4.5, and just drew a line there. I also marked the center, and if you just cut the corners of your tag, whoops, bit wobbly, and where the I marked the center there, and I'm just going to cut out a little, punch a little hole in it. So that's a simple tag, simple as that. I'll turn it over and use this side. And I also made one in craft card as well. Okay. In my original card, I left this plain, but you can see I was playing with stamps there. So I have the little stamp. I had been inking it with a blue ink, and I tried the Versamark clear stamping pad, and it just gave me a little, you can't see it very well, it's just to take the absolute white edge off of the, I leave that side now because I'm going to put, I think we have enough. We can just offset a couple. Now, you can barely see them, see? But they just take the white bare look off the card. It'll dry a little bit darker. I'll keep that key because I'm going to use it for afterwards. So the next thing is to stamp your good luck in your new home. I'm using pigment ink today, but you can use any ink. This is from Colourbox. I have them a while, so I don't even know if you can still get them. You can use a stamping platform if you like. I'm chancing this. Good luck in your new home. You can see that there, how nice and clear it stamps. I'm going to stick these two tags together like that. So I'm just going to use a little bit of double-sided tape that doesn't want to play nice today. There we go. And I'm just going to offset him slightly. Just give him, yeah, okay. I have a little bit of lace then, or ribbon, or piece of string, heavy string, anything like that. I usually put it from the back to the front. It gives you a nice little finish, gives you that little decorative finish there. I'm not going to pull it tight because I need to get him behind it. This is what you get on the other side, so you can reverse it if you like. Okay, so we'll let that to one side. I have a little bit of card here now that I'm going to stamp the key on. You can see now I've used the key before, and you can see that pigment ink will color your stamps. I have washed this, but it doesn't ruin your stamps. So don't worry about, if your stamps get colored or discolored, they're still grand. Just remember to clean them after you use them. Just stamp that on there. I'm using 300 GSM card to stamp on. You need to stamp on, if for doing something like this, you need to stamp on something a little bit heavier than normal. You can do it on paper, but I'm standing them up a bit on the card, so I'm just doing it on a heavier card. Just cut it out then. You can use whatever scissors you like yourself. First, going in a circle, angle it and turn your paper. I'm being careful because pigment ink, should have dried it with a heat gun. It just needs to be dried and set, but it'll dry eventually. Just cut it out like that. There we go. And what I did then was I marked the center. I marked the center of the key so that I can find it with my little punch, and punched the center out like so. There's the top of my key. And I then used cut a second one in the blue to match. Whoops, bit wobbly there. Draw around the key that you've cut out and put your little mark in the center so you know where you're going to punch it, or I'll show you another way of doing it as well. Cut out the key then, shadow on the card. Following the lines thereabouts. Yeah. And you can punch it there if you wish, or you can lay this one over and go through again. Whoops. Yeah, let's punch it through again. And there you have them perfectly lined up. But we're going to offset them anyway, so okay. For this then, I just used a little bit of string, like so, half and half. Now, actually, what I will do, I'm going to do the same with the keys that I did with the tags. I'll just stick them together, slightly offset again. Maybe I had them the other way, I can't remember now, but you get the idea. Now it's easier to hold them now as you put the string through. And a little bit of foam tape now for the back. Now, bit of foam tape there, and place your foam tape's not plain ball now. Where can we get a fresh bit? Foam tape, and I'm just going to the keys down like that. Then we're going to put this through here. What I did was I tied it around here like this. Same idea. Just make sure that they're tied on, and pop them back up through then to come out. You'll know they come out with the pull your, there we go. You can trim off them at an angle then, just to give them a bit of, like so. There we go. I put a little bit of foam tape under the keys just to hold them in place. So one there and one there, just to hold them in place like that. And they're raised, you see, so it looks like they're floating. Okay. In your card then, decide where you're going to put it. Let me just open them out a little bit. There we go. Decide where you're going to put it, and some foam pads on the back of that then. So I'll put one near the top, one in the center, and two at the bottom. These are little sticky ones. They're very sticky. I'm trying to use them up. There we go. Then decide where's the best position for your now. For the insert then, I've just got the same size, a little bit smaller of plain white paper, and I've inked the little key down the side on this one, and I'm going to ink it down the side on this one. So how I did this was I lined it up and I stamped it in every second one down along. I'm just checking that that'll work for me. Seeing as this is the top here, I'll start up here. I have the key upside down this time. Okay, might actually turn it around. It's easier to do it when it's we'll turn it this way. So I'm going to stamp number one here. No, I can't see it that way. I do it this way, nearest to me. So one there in that one in that one. I also had it lined up, this line here on my stamp pad. I had that lined up with the edge of the paper. So you can use everything to your advantage. think I've spaced them better on that side than I did on the other side, but nobody's going to be counting. So there, just two little keys, just two little rows of keys. And again, if you want, we might as well, if you want to stamp this one as well. Show you what I did. Inked it up. Now you could do this on the stamping pad too, a stamp platform. That's what I did. Inked it up. Ta-da! And there's your key. It's lovely, isn't it? It's really nice. I love the way it just says new house, home, keys, flat. Um, I'll just stick it in gently now. I'm going to I have no sheet of paper to put in between because, as I said, pigment ink needs to dry a little bit. But either use your double-sided tape. I'll use a double-sided tape and show you how I put an insert in. So I always put the insert, the double-sided tape, onto the front of the card, right next to the center line. Okay? Like I said, we're not cooperating today. Hold your insert then, like that. Lay it into the center. Check the top and the bottom. It's even there. Stick it down. Ta-da. Up and down. And then when you open your card, it opens with you. See? It's a simple little card. I hope you have a go. Don't be put off by cutting out the keys. The other one, actually more or less the same. Yes, I left the key a little bit wider on that one. But I hope you liked what you see. I hope you give it a try. I'll put the information down below on the video. Take care and I'll see you again.